if you wake up one morning and go, I think I'm going to be a photographer or a videographer or a model or a fucking writer or an actor or anything in the creative industry and think that it's going to be easy, you may as well just quit straight away, because you will not succeed. The people who get somewhere are either incredibly lucky, which is very rare, or work really, really, really fucking hard. You know, a lot of people have asked me how I have done what I do, and I tell them I work hard, and they think that they work hard as well, but they don't. What I mean by this is I do not take days off. My version of a day off is probably a 6 to 8 hour day of actual work, and that feels like a day off to me. My version of a day off is I will go somewhere and do a photo shoot because it's fun. That is still work. That is my fucking job, but I work. Whenever I'm not shooting, I'm working on something else. I'm chasing down clients. I'm on social media. Even if I'm sitting back relaxing, I'm still in the back of my mind thinking about something that I need to do. I might even be on social media having a chat with someone. I'll be there catching up on The Walking Dead or some shit and still be there with my iPad going, oh, yeah, like that, that's good. Like, so pretty much the first thing I do when I open my eyes in the morning, my alarm is set on my iPad. I pick up my iPad to switch off my alarm. I open it. I check my emails. I then go to my social media accounts. I respond to every single inquiry, and that's before I have even got out of bed. And the last thing I do at nighttime is set my alarm on my iPad just after I have checked all my social media accounts, responded to all of my emails, and then I set my alarm and I go to bed. Like, that is what is required to make it in this kind of industry. It is competitive because it's fucking cool. Everyone wants to do it. So, you know, everyone wakes up in the morning and goes like, oh, it'd be amazing to be the next Brad Pitt or some shit. Or like, oh, imagine it, you know, like I want to be like Mario Testino. Like, of course, it's a rad job. Who wouldn't want to do it? That means anytime you have something that is that cool, everyone wants to fucking do it. So you have to do it not only better, but you also have to work hard at it, because there's not enough to go, look at my pictures, they're really cool. No one gives a shit. You've got to actually make people pay attention to you. It's not as simple as just going, my pictures are better than this guy's pictures, why aren't I getting in the magazine? Have you tried? Did you call the magazine? Did you send them an email? Oh, I emailed one time and they didn't get back to me. What, and then you quit? Are you fucking kidding me? You have to keep on trying. Collect all the no's, and you'll get shit tins of them. You'll feel horrible. You'll send your work to people and they won't even bother getting back to you. And you'll go like, ah. And you know what? Everyone who quits was never going to make it. The only way to make it is to keep turning up. Every single time someone gives you a no, you go, okay, cool. Maybe try and get some feedback if you can get it. Great. If you don't even get feedback, don't fucking worry about it. Just keep on turning up. That is how you make it in any industry, but especially one as competitive as this. That's my 17,000 cents. I like to work with anyone who likes what I do. And what I mean by that is obviously, like, you know, I like people to have a good look. It doesn't have to be like, I don't really have a traditional type or something like that. You know, I work with people who have more of maybe like a glamour look, maybe more of a fashion look, even, you know, like a girls next door look, whatever thing. It doesn't really faze me too much in that way. I just need to see something about them that interests me. I don't even know how to describe that. Like, nobody does. Like, you walk down the street, even if you're not a photographer or whatever, you see people and you go, that person is interesting. That guy, girl, a dog, whatever. You see things that interest you. When you see something in somebody that's interesting, makes you want to meet them. If you want to meet them, then you're going to take great shots with them. So that's kind of how I select people. If they say, I'd like to work with you, I ascertain whether they actually want to work with me or if they just want someone to take their picture, because there's two big differences. You know, if they just want someone to take their photo, they'll probably hate my work because I don't shoot in a very conventional way. So if they're expecting to get back pictures that they might see a lot of other people do, they won't like it. So there's no point me working with them. We'll just both be disappointed because I'll put in a lot of work and be really happy. And, my goal at the end of any shoot is to give back the person my interpretation of them. So like from the exchange that I have with them, when we chat, we have a great time, we take photos, I give them back versions of themselves. That's me saying, this is how I saw you, and this is what, I think you'll really like. So for me, it's still like it's a really personal moment for me where I've given them something. It's like literally giving them a piece of myself and just going, what do you think? And if they don't like it, it's heartbreaking because you're like, my goal is to make that person feel amazing about themselves. And if they hate it, then I was too right in the way that I saw them, and maybe that was a bit like over the top, I don't know. Or I've just totally missed the mark altogether, and it's horrible. I think, I don't know, like everything in its own way is interesting. So from, I don't think that I've ever done anything that I haven't learned something from. So the most interesting thing that I've ever done is whatever I just finished or whatever I'm about to do. That's probably the best description, I suppose. I tend to get very excited about whatever I'm working on right now, and I also get very, very bored of it very, very quickly as well. So it's kind of hard to answer, I suppose. Like I've done some weird shit. I've been asked to do even weirder stuff that I didn't do, but that's neither here nor there. Like I've done I don't know, like I come up with very weird and interesting concepts sometimes. Like I had someone in the bathtub the other day with the shower running over her head under an umbrella while smoking a cigarette. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but the pictures looked amazing. I had someone like holding cracked eggs in their hands. I don't know what the point of that was, but it looked cool. I've done weird stuff. When I first started in photography, I used to pack all of my gear into a big hiking pack, jump on my motorbike and just ride out to anyone who wanted to shoot anywhere, anytime, whatever thing. Most of it was like sight unseen. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I've turned up to things thinking, I got booked to shoot a like portfolio, we'll call it, for do we call them strippers? Exotic dancers? She was an exotic dancer apparently. And I arrived thinking you would assume that within that profession that she would have been to the gym at least once in her life. Not so much. So that was interesting, trying to shoot shots for her portfolio in that kind of job, doing that thing. Here's a random one for you. I started learning how to use Photoshop because I went to a job one time where I'd been booked. I arrived, the lady wanted to do a lingerie shoot, and she said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you before you arrived, but I've got." She was She was a diabetic, and she actually had a shunt in her stomach. And she's like, "But that's cool. You can just Photoshop it off." And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. Cool." I'm very much one of those people who just thinks, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen? I'll figure it out. And that's kind of how I learned everything that I know about photography. Is I just accepted every job, said yes, went and did it, and figured it out. And yeah, here I am, and I teach other people how to do that. I like and hate nearly everything that I've ever done. So if I do something, I will have a very love-hate relationship with it. As I'm doing it, I love it. As soon as I finish, I'm not happy with it, and I think it looks crap. Other people tell me it's good, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're looking at because this looks shit. And then sometimes I'll go back around and I'll like it again for whatever reason. Like I'll see it again in the light that I saw it when I first took the picture, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's really cool. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy the process more than the final product, if that makes any sense. Like, part of photography for me is getting to know people and building relationships, and the photos are a byproduct of the time that we spend together. So we do make some things that I like to look back on and go like, yeah, these are awesome, and I would like to share these with people and get feedback and whatnot. But it's not necessarily the only thing that I'm looking at. I don't shoot nudity. If you're interested in hearing more about what I've got to say, please do check out the Ask Venth show on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Brian Venth.
We'd like to thank Gemstone Films for providing the lighting kit. For equipment hire and video production needs, check out gemstonefilms.org.